Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel Mukesh TechUp. So today I'm going to discuss about this ROC AUC curve that is very important. If you are working in some classification problems and you are dealing with some classification algorithms, there you need to check the model performance. And just to check the model performance, how it is performing in that scenario, receiver operator characteristic and area under the curve. These are the very key terms or key points useful to check out the performance of the model. So ROC AUC curve plots the true positive against false positive in order to show how the classifier would perform. So AUC ROC used for, you suppose you have implemented your machine learning model and now you need to evaluate it and validate how good or bad it is performing on the given data or on a given classification data set. Then in that scenario ROC AUC curves comes into the picture. AUC ROC curve help us visualize how well our machine learning classifier is performing. It works for only binary classification problems. Although we can extend it for the multi-class classification, but it's mainly for the binary classification. And what does that mean, binary classification? The data set is having only the two classes. That is known as binary classification. So in the graph, you can see here I'm having only two classes. One is separated by this orange and another one is separated by the blue dots. So this is the example of the binary classification where I'm having only two classes. Now we need to know about this ROC AUC curve. So this is the receiver operator characteristic curve and this is the evaluation metric for binary classification problem and it is a probability curve. Guys, it's a very important probability curve because in next video when I'll be doing a practical implementation and there I'll draw a graph by using this ROC AUC technique. So that ROC graph has some parameter for drawing the graph for the probability and it draws this graph against TPR, that is true positive rate, and against false positive rate, and we need to set the threshold level. So guys, setting the threshold, it's a very important and we need to have the multiple threshold levels. So for every threshold level we have to calculate this TPR and FPR, and based on that we need to put on our graph the data points and we need to connect those lines. So ROC graphs provides a simple way to summarize all of the information. So here what does that mean? All the informations which is going to carrying out from this confusion matrix. So confusion matrix says that a classification model, in which direction it is getting confused. So with some parameter like true positive, true negative, false positive and false negative. So already I have created one video on that one. You can go and check, and I have explained many matrices like precision, recall, sensitivity, specificity, F1 score. So go and watch that video so you will get a better understanding. So ROC graph provides a simple way to summarize all the informations, and if we are getting the higher AUC, if we are getting the higher AUC rate, then we can say the model is performing very well. A model with AUC near to 1, which means it has a good measure of separability. So separation means if we are dealing with a financial, or I can say this healthcare domain data, and where we have some categories, different categories, like people is having cancer, some people is having different disease and all. So if it is going a well categorization for that one, that means the AUC score should be 1, near to 1. If it is not near to 1, that we can say it's not categorizing well. So if it is a score, it's not near to 1, then sometimes it will consider 1 as 0 and 0 as 1. So the working with ROC AUC, we need to check what all are the required things. So as I mentioned, on the different threshold level, we are calculating this TPR and FPR, that is true positive rate and false positive rate. So we need to set the threshold level. So within the range like 0, 0 0.2, 0 0.5, 0.6. So for every threshold level, we have to compute the true positive rate and false positive rate, and based on that we need to plot the data points. After that, it will calculate true positive rate, that we can call sensitivity and recall, and FPR we can see the precision and specificity using the confusion matrix. So if you will look over the formula what true positive rate is and or sensitivity, so true positive divided by true positive plus false negative. So guys, here what does that mean? False negative, because true positive and true positive are similar, but here false negative. So false negative are the type 2 error. So here it says actual was positive but model predicted as negative. Suppose you are having a coronavirus disease, but when you went to hospital and after you getting the report and you can see you are a negative. So initially you were positive, but later you got the negative. So actual value was positive, but model predicted as negative. So guys, if you have an Excel sheet, in that one column, suppose you for one person it says like it's a coronavirus infected, right? And when you trained the model and after that you are validating the results, that time you are getting that person is not having this disease. That comes under false negative. So for false positive rate, that is called 1 minus specificity equals to false positive divided by false positive plus true negative, right? So true negative means actual and predicted both matches. So actual value was negative but model predicted as negative. So if you can see in the data set, the actual value was negative for one person, and after training the model, you are just going to check the performance of the model, and on the test set if you are validating and you are getting the result as negative, that means it's part of true negative. So how ROC graph looks like, let me show you. So basically ROC graph summarize all the confusion matrices that each threshold produced. That already I have explained. We need to calculate the data points on every threshold level, because guys, better the threshold, better the method. So here you can see in the graph, so the graph is between true positive rate, that is sensitivity, and the false positive rate, that is specificity. So on the data point 1 comma 1, so x axis 1 point and on y axis 1 point. So the top right one data point and left data point, left data point. So by using on every different threshold level, we calculated the data points, and if you will connect these dots with some line, then this line says this is the ROC curve, receiver operator characteristic curve, right? And the area under this red line, this is known as AUC, area under the curve. So better the AUC, better the model performance. But threshold level has a very powerful impact. If we are not selecting a better threshold level, model won't perform well. Now if we are using the precision, because in my previous slide I have shown we are using the FPR and TPR, false positive rate, and TPR, true positive rate. So sometimes if we are using the precision, so precision does not include the number of true negative for the calculations. So it is not affected by the imbalanced. So what is that imbalanced classification? So in the imbalanced classification problem, so these some classes which have some minor data set or minor data, but those data are very powerful or very important to the classification performance. Or if you want to train this model, this data is very important. So directly you can't discard these minority classes. So we have some different techniques. Just comment in this video tutorial so I can go and I'll create a separate video on this imbalanced problem. Now let me clear you what is that it not accept any true negatives. So if you will look the precision formula, it says true negative divided by true positive, or sorry, true positive divided by true positive plus false positive. So it's not accepting any true negative. So what does that mean? False positive, right? So false positive says, because these are the type 1 error. So actual value was negative, but model predicted as positive. Initially you were negative, when you went to hospital and hospital report says you are a coronavirus infected. So predicted value was falsely predicted. So prediction was wrong. So this is false positive, comes under false positive. So if you want a good decision with ROC AUC curve, then you must select the better threshold. And ROC gives that, and AUC help in to find out better method for categorization. So if you want to identify the categories for the disease or some different patterns, then you have to select the better threshold level. So threshold level plays a very important part in ROC AUC curve. So this is all about ROC AUC curve, guys. This is your operator characteristic curve. So in my next video tutorial, I'm just going to cover the only the practical session where I'm going to tell you how we can implement this ROC AUC, how we can plot the graph, and how we can use the probabilities on that one, and how we can identify the performance of the models. So in that scenario, I'm going to use logistic regression and the k-nearest classification algorithm. So I can show you how ROC performs or how ROC differs in these two algorithms. So this is all about ROC AUC curve. Thank you so much. Keep watching, like my videos, comment and share and subscribe my video channel.